Welcome, my Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross-watchers. Welcome to your Timeless Chakra Reading. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials, not bad. It's just spelled like that. I am a professional witch, professional intuitive, and the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. Jeez, it's been a long time. I'm the author of 2 different books with a 3rd one in progress. At the time of this timeless recording, the first one is called Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. The second one is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. Words of Grace does have a Kindle version available and a link in the description box. And if you click on it, you can preview the first chunk of it for free, including the table of contents, which is mostly divided into chakra chapters. For a chakra reading, it may be of help. The only place to find the original version of Words of Grace, which is a Fellini film fest compared to how much we had to pare it down and simplify it for Kindle, as well as the only place to find my first book, Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch, well, that would be on patreon.com/drawingthecircle. In our digital shop, we've got audios, we've got videos, we've got the ebooks going on over there. There are free previews for the audios and videos, about 2 minutes. You can dip a toe if you like. Some of my subscribers, depending upon their level of subscription, get those ebooks, audios, and videos as part of their benefit package. God's Goddesses, top tier, gets everything. But the majority of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. They get a daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every single day. Did it this morning. It was great. We chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a spiritual practice of some kind to send us on our way. And it is the wisest way for this witch to start the day. A cup of coffee, bathrobe on the couch, live streaming. It's really, really fun for me. I love doing them. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship stuff based. Let's just leave it at relationship stuff based. As well as they get an extensive discount when it's time for them to book me, if they so choose, for private session work, spiritual counseling and readings. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info. And I love it. We've got lots of free followers. Yes, you can follow us for free. I make content and post content specifically for the free followers, though the subscribers get to see that stuff too. As well as you can 7-day free trial us as a seeker or a human. Our first 2 levels of subscription. Dip a toe if you like, bail the last day if you want. But if you want the discount, you got to stay for at least a month and book me in that month, because that is only fair. And the store is magnificent. Now that my entire back catalog of audios and videos are on there, I'll be making new stuff this year, particularly in support of the next book that is in process. So very, very happy over there. Click the link, check it out. And if you want, come Patreon on Patreon. Because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo and Lyons, but you can just call me Mal. Yeah, it's easier. Hi, Sagittarius asses. We'll do some explanation for the new Sagittarians and crosswatchers, and we'll jump into the divination. So welcome if you are new. We are doing a chakra spread, a timeless read here, but we're not putting down one card for each chakra. I've done that before. This is a much more simplified version that I came up with, or I should say I was inspired to do, when I was making my move from Long Island up here to my new home in Saratoga Springs, just to see what I needed to get through it, and I did. I'm here. So we're only using 5 cards, 1 card from 5 different decks. I work with the 8 chakra system. I learned about the 8 chakras in the book Anatomy of the Spirit by Caroline Myss, MYSS. She is a PhD. Her book Anatomy of the Spirit is truly a revelation, and that's why we'll be using her archetype cards based in her work. In Sacred Contracts, another life-changing book for me, big time. The 8th chakra acts as like a satellite. It sends down the codes to all of the different chakras underneath it, shifting what we attract and what we repel, whether we are aware of it or not in our electromagnetic field. So we have the free will, the choice, the decision, the opportunity to heal what needs to be healed, or to delay that which cannot be prevented. Do you want to keep reincarnating for this stuff? I don't. I'm trying to leave it on the dance floor this time. So we'll get one of those for the 8 chakra. We'll talk about more of that when that hits the table. The next 4 chakras down: the crown, the 3rd eye, the throat, and the heart. The internal feminine energy, goddess vibe, whatever you want to call it. We will be using Daughters of the Moon Tarot for that one to get all of those, see what's going on there. The lower 3 chakras, solar plexus, sacrum, and root chakra, the masculine yang dynamic, looking at yourself from the outside, you from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things, relationships in the physical world. We'll be using the mythic tarot for that. Greek mythology deck, which is my favorite language, Greek mythology, forever young. And those will take care of the chakras, but then we're getting a whisper of love. Angela Hartfield's magnificent Oracle, Whispers of Love Oracle, consecrated, dedicated, whatever you want to call it, to the higher selves of all involved. So yes, the Sagittarians, the cross-watchers, and anybody else who might be involved. And then we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra. Most of my readings do end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra because they work if you work them. And this is about healing, but not just physical healing. Maybe it's physical. It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right? Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual healing. Healing your finances, healing your relationships, all of that in a side of fries. So I love this deck for that, and that's takes care of, I believe, our explanation. So let's get down, or I should say up, into the divination. The shift from explanation to divination happens repeatedly in this readings in something called the still point. So both feet on the floor, if you can, focus on your breath, if you will, and I promise I will do anything within my power to help anybody come into alignment to heal for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, because as one of us heals, all of us heal. That's unity for you. That's the quantum field, timey-wimey, whoozy whatsits, whatever you want to call it. Please don't make me do math. So that's about it. Let's get into it, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, one card in clarity for the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers to show us the archetypal power in the 8th chakra, sending down the codes to all of the entire energy field underneath it there, so that they get a clue, a tip, a hint about how to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and illusion to truth in this Timeless Chakra Read. Ooh, the Don Juan. Someone got this. Taurus got this. I have the list right over there. Written on each of these cards is a shadow attribute and a light attribute. I call this lead, this gold. 3 atoms down here that can't be up here on the periodic table of elements. The Don Juan is a wild card family archetype. There are 9 different families. So it has nothing to do with biological gender. Technically, the name Don Juan means Father Juan. And if you look up the story of Don Juan, quite the lover. This is about the power of seduction. Somebody tell Michelle Visage, the shadow attribute, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. It means you're trying to get over it, and you're trying to seduce them, right? Like, I think you're great. Give me your money, all right? One example of many. The gold you're shooting for spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. Now, you think seduction, how does that have a positive quality? Well, have you ever been around somebody who's so magnetic and so charismatic? Well, you are right now. I'm kidding, sort of. Right? Like, those are the people who have your best interests involved, right? There's just something very, very seductive about you, even if it's not a romantic sexual thing. But of course, Don Juan is sort of known for the romantic sexual thing. He got around on the town quite a bit. So, let's see what's going on. Heart, third eye, crown chakra. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddess's override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. What's going on? Heart, third eye crown to help them alchemize the Don Juan in the 8th chakra for this Timeless Chakra Read. The Dreamer, the card of the Fool, a major arcana card. The way I read chakras with, like, not a card in every chakra like this, it really does bring together all of the chakras in this zone. In this case, your spiritual power, your mental power, your willpower, choices and decisions, and your emotional power. So everybody wants to make this the first card in the major arcana. It's not. It's numeric. Its numeric value is 0. It's between the worlds. So the Fool card, right? The leap of faith. Now here we have a woman tracing patterns at the bend in a river, right? Just kind of sending her dreams. It's going to go downstream. It's going to manifest or at least influence the timelines that she's going to travel there. So we are looking at a unity here, a leap of faith. So I will say this, with the Don, any archetype, but particularly the Don Juan, you can have the Don Juan or any archetype or reason, season, or lifetime, or you could be dealing with somebody who's doing that. So the leap of faith when seduction is in its lead, not great. I mean, we've been there, done that, have the burnt t-shirt big time, right? The leap of faith and you were being manipulated, the whole time freaking sucks, right? But we learned from that. So regardless of whatever you've learned so far at this point in your journey, this is really more about trusting your internal intuitive voices, right? Creative intuition, heart, third eye crown, all brought together. And we use that all day long, like, oh, what do I want from dinner tonight? Oh, maybe to the comes down the third eye, we choose it, and then it hits the heart chakra, like, oh, that feels good, and then we do it, right? Hopefully. Unless someone talks us out of it or seduces us out of it. So really pay attention to what's going on in the internal world here. You'll know, right? Third eye, seek only truth, right? See through any bullshit that might be going on here just because someone's acting all sexy or close to. Let's look at the lower 3 chakras. That should be pretty key here. Outside in, inside out. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarius collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross-watchers. What's going on lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out, relationships in the physical world to help them alchemize the Don Juan in the 8th with the Dreamer, heart, third eye crown for this Timeless Read. Ooh, 9 of Cups. Uh-oh, 9 of Cups. Now, the entire suit of cups in the Mythic Tarot is dedicated to the myth of Eros and Psyche. Eros, the son of Aphrodite, and Eros, Cupid in the Roman, but we never see him as a baby. As Eros, a full-grown man, right? Falls in love with Psyche, a mortal, believe it or not, who Aphrodite says, honey, go kill her, because everyone's saying she's prettier than I am, and we can't have that, right? Pricks himself on one of his golden arrows, falls madly in love with her, and they get married in the 3rd of Cups, in the 3 of Cups, but some shit goes down. The course of true love never did run smooth. This is a true love myth if ever there was one. And so she has to go to the underworld to get some rapid wrinkle repair from Persephone to give to Aphrodite, a rather impossible set of tasks, but she has lots of help along the way because true love does conquer all. Now, the 9 of Cups isn't the true love card for me. 9 of Cups is, I'm good. Like, I don't have the 10th cup, don't need the 10th cup, I'm here, but certainly we can look at this as a wish fulfillment of really having some emotional, good feelings going on here, and perhaps justifying that leap of faith. Now, I will say, really pay attention to your 2nd chakra. Your sacrum will tell you if somebody is lying to you, but you have to learn the language of your own 2nd chakra. Mine goes like yes or no. It's that simple, and it's visceral, right? So the more you think about it, it'll influence that, just to trust that. But also, I will say, because it's a 9, it could very much be the root chakra as well. And that voice, at least for me, is instinct. Fight, flight, flee, fawn, right? You know, instinct, right? Whether your root chakra is connecting. But this doesn't feel horrible. I would just be very, very careful of your ethics and your honor code in your solar plexus as well, if you are the one being the Don Juan, with or without a private agenda. Mace says that how you know it's in the shadow is you got a private agenda you don't want anybody to know about, right? That's the tea. So the chakras are on the table. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved and see what they got to say. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Higher selves override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love, the piece of information, inspiration, and insight needed by the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers to alchemize the Don Juan in the 8th chakra, the Fool, the Dreamer on the inner, and 9 of Cups on the outer, which is just lovely for this timeless chakra read. Romance! You're the first romance card in this series. Woo! Romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. There. You know, these reads, everybody wants them to be romantic, right? But, you know, you heal one relationship, you heal yourself a little bit. We're the common denominators in all of our relationships. So I could see somebody maybe here is getting a little seductive, right? And there is a leap of faith being contemplated on the inside, but to have faith in yourself, to be like, no matter what happens, I'm good, right? And I think that 9 of Cups, don't forget that. 9 of Cups, like the 9 of Pentacles, right? Rider-Waite Tarot, she's got the bird on her, like the Lady of the Manor. She's good. She doesn't need that 10th Pentacle, but she'll take it if it feels right, right? So lavishing the one that you love with personal attention and affection with a Don Juan archetype, that makes sense. But really, I'm not kidding. If you feel like you're being played, Don Juan's a player, right? Take that into consideration. Really feel that out and just ask questions, right? 4 agreements. Make no assumptions. Ask questions, right? And you can tell it takes a while to learn that 2nd chakra. Am I being lied to? And if it goes, then you're being lied to, right? If something feels off, it's off. We all need to teach people, particularly kids, that if something feels off, honey, it's off. Yes, they will use it in toxic ways, but they'll learn, right? Woo, I wish I was taught that growing up. That's okay. I made a career out of listening to my intuition, and it's my favorite thing to do in the world. So let's get this last card on the table, the Matcon Healing Mantra, the voices of the Ascended Masters, because they know how to heal, because most of them have been down here, played the game, beat the big boss, the ego, and beat it, integrated it. And, yeah, they're glad to help those of us still in the game. Please take a nice deep breath. Most of them are hot. Still point. Ascended Master override. If I can make them laugh, I'm doing good. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. Lady Venus, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect and precise healing mantra to help the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross-watchers watching this video drawn to this reading? Alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and from illusion to truth, alchemizing the Don Juan in the 8th, the Dreamer, the Fool on the inner, 9 of Cups on the outer, in this romance, lavishing their attention and affection on the one they love for this timeless chakra read. rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. And that's an easy one to remember because it's got the mnemonic device of more and less, right? So the more I embrace feeling good, right? If it's like, this coffee, it's so good, right? Relish in that. It rewrites the subconscious. Yes, you can do affirmations and, EFT tapping and Ho'oponopono, all of that helps. But the subconscious really does speak in emotion, right? So the more you embrace feeling good, even if it's a teeny tiny little thing, it's called, not passive, it's called passive law of attraction, passive attraction. In other words, not trying to make it happen. You're just like, oh, this feels so good, right? So I'm going to read this from the Bookie Book. It's the only Bookie Book read for this reading. And Matt Kahn says it better. I mean, I highly recommend this deck. I've had it since it came out in 2018, and I've done a lot of healing, and so have a lot of my clients have bought this deck after they got a reading with me. So, the more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. When the subconscious is rewritten, you are able to feel good on a regular basis, regardless of the way life unfolds. There's your leap of faith. In rewriting the subconscious, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning to become more familiar with the virtues of goodness. Now, let's stick a pin in that for a second. The gravitational pull of conditioning. We are not our conditioning. We inherit it in our DNA, from our families, from our societies, right? It's conditioning. Yes, we need to learn the language, right? We need to learn how to drive. That's conditioning, right? Those that's good conditioning. Like split ends, right? You want to make sure those are okay. No one needs thirsty ends. But to get the gravitational pull, it will pull you down into the lead over and over and over again until, what? The subconscious is rewritten. As goodness becomes more known, the opposite vibration of negativity can become a less frequent visitor in your reality. It's not saying it's never going to come back, because there is no gold without lead, alchemically, right? This mantra is ideal for relieving guilt. Mistakes we've made. We can't get it wrong. It's all a hero's journey. Releasing shame. Guilt is I've done wrong. Shame is there's something wrong with me, and nothing's wrong with you. Everybody's got their journey. And finding joy in new beginnings, and certainly with the dreamer fool there, that do make sense. So if you are new, all of my readings I end with what I call a blessimation. It's a word we came up with over on Patreon. It's a combination of the word blessing and summation, not to insult anybody's intelligence. You probably figured that out when I said it, but for new people, let's do this. Ready? Last time for this reading. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, of their own free will, shifting from toxicity to health, from fear to love and illusion to truth, to spotlight their positive, seductive qualities. Oh, who me? With the dreamer and the fool on the inside, between the worlds, about to take the leap, and certainly with the Nine of Cups is a good opportunity to do so, particularly because this is about romance, one of the trickiest lessons, set of lessons we get in any lifetime is romantic stuff, because it's not often based in unconditional love, it's pretty much rooted in conditional love. So may they rewrite their subconscious to allow these Nine of Cups to be more than enough for where they are right now, because the more they embrace feeling good, the less often they will feel bad, so that they can experience a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of us, plants and animals too, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So motivate, and So it is. You got the first romantic read. Well, we got, what, 3 more signs left. Let's see if it comes around again. If you liked this reading, if it helped, gave you a clue, a tip, a hint, resonated in some way, hit the like button, the thumbs up. It shifts the algorithm so that other Sagittarians and cross-watchers can find it. And we need more healthy romance on the planet, darlings. We really, really do. And if you want more of me here on YouTube, subscribe, because I'm not stopping. This is a wonderful outlet for me to get all this empathic, intuitive stuff through me and out into the world, and I'm digging it. But if you want the deeper dig, the deeper dive, I'm Patreon on Patreon. I'm putting out stuff just for our free followers. Our subscribers get to see it too. What, I sent them an audio book today. Oh no, I sent them The Shadow Effect featuring Debbie Ford. It's a documentary on shadow work, right? The time of this recording, you would understand why I sent that out. But my subscribers, I love them. They're helping me. I get paid by them every month. The majority of them do get the daily check-ins, which are my favorite thing to do. I really do love doing the daily check-ins. First thing in the morning too, usually in the bathrobe on the couch, drinking a cup of coffee while I'm live streaming. You get kind of the unvarnished smell. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s, again, all romantic, sexual, and just relationship stuff based, you know, family, friends, co-workers, and all of that. As well as they get that significant discount when they book me for a private session, spiritual counseling, reading, or what we call a half and half, which is both. We'll talk about that next if you want more info. And I love it. You can shop in the store, right? You can 7-day free trial us as a Seeker, which is ordinarily $3 a month, and Human, which is ordinarily $5 a month. Jump out the last day if you just want to dip a toe. That's fine. But if you want the discount, you gotta stay for at least a month and book me within that month, because that is only fair. So I love it. The store is gorge. I love my Patreon. So click the link, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon. Even as a free follower, we're having a field day. Because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. You can just call me now. Whatever. And if you want to book me for one of them, they're private sessions. I made a YouTube video called Booking Private Sessions with Mal at our 25th anniversary for Drawing the Circle Productions, May 1st, 2023. I have to redo the video because I've moved. Like now I'm doing readings in Saratoga Springs at the Magic Moon. So if you're local, you can contact them. I have time set aside. They tell me you're coming. I show up and I read you in person. I'm setting up my office downstairs. I have an office downstairs in my new home where I can take clients, but I'd like to get to know people before I invite them over. I am a Virgo power across your legs. But the majority of the readings and the spiritual counseling I do are certainly on video, and I do it with a Zoom recording. I send to the client the Zoom link. They jump in on the chat. We record it. At the end of the reading, I send them a link so that they can download the reading to their devices wherever they want. They can share it wherever they want. I don't care. That's your free will, right? But then they tell me that they've downloaded it, and I delete it from the cloud so that no one else has it but them. Because confidentiality is really, really key to me, and I say that in the video Booking Private Sessions with Mal, as well as I also say that I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. Where there is a witch, there is a way. I am a witch, so there is a way, and we always work it out. And I love the video. I need to make the new one, and I will at some point this year, because just so much has changed in 1 year since May 1st of last year at the time of this timeless recording. But do click the link. I love that video so much, and it'll explain everything you need to know about booking a private session with me, but perhaps we're afraid to ask. So I gotta say, like I said, the first romantic read of this Timeless Chakra series. Romance is hard. It just is, right? We're all carrying psychic weight from other lifetimes as well as this lifetime with this. So to enjoy yourself, right? Like if you were a friend of mine that would say, well, I don't know, it's very seductive, whatever, I would say, well, are you good? Right? Can you love yourself so much that it doesn't matter at some point, that you just go along for the ride and learn something from it? And, you know, getting some affection and attention lavished, both giving and taking, as long as it's an equal give and take, then I think you're good to go. So I love this reading for you, and really rewriting the subconscious. So much has been written and said on this subject, but to get that it's predominantly emotional. And I think this is a lovely reading for that. So you got this. You got a really, really great read. If you like it, definitely hit the thumbs up. Otherwise, wish you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed in this romantic Don Juan situation. Embracing what feels good. You got this. I love you. Hang in there. Heal. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.